All right, so let's get started. Again, today we're going to show you all how to make this Valentine monster box where you're going to get all your Valentines on Valentine's Day and put them inside here and yeah, make it look really cool and monstery. Maya made this one, like I said, my daughter. And again, my name is Heather, just in case you missed that part. And we're going to show you a couple different ways. And so we're all creatives, I'm guessing and assuming, since we're all here doing this craft show, and we're going to find out different creative ways of how to make a monster box. And I can't wait to see what you guys make, and make sure you get onto a social media and have a parent hashtag Michael's make it with Michael's hashtag make it with Michael's. I'm still learning. Anyways, okay, so Maya, show them how you're going to make your monster box. What are you going to make yours out of?
I'm going to make mine out of construction paper and my tissue box, and I'll wrap it up first.
And we'll go through the supplies in just a second.
Yes.
So you can just show them that you're going to use a small tissue box, and I'm going to use the regular size tissue box over here. So let's go through the supply list. These are all supplies from Michael's. We'll start out with these Chanel stems. You can get these a pack, I believe it's a pack of 25, and you can get them in any color. We chose to get them in white. That's what the guide says. And then we also have these crazy eyes that you see on here, and you can get these in all different types of sizes. We have this one is 10 centimeters. This one is 6 centimeters, and this one is 40 millimeters. So, but you can also, there's so many things there that you can, there's all kinds of size eyes. You don't have to just stick to these ones, but that's what we're going to show you for now. Another supply is this glue. We're going to use glue to make this. This is our Creatology brand glue. Everything so far is Creatology that I've been showing you. We also have, we already opened this, so it's kind of everywhere right now, but there's these sticky hearts, and they come in different sizes, different colors. So you can have pink, red, or white. Also, we have our recollection collection of, that's a hard one to say, recollection collection of scrapbook paper. And so we recommended to use this red and white polka dot paper, but you can also, if you go into Michael's and you go to the scrapbooking paper aisle, you're going to see all these varieties of paper. And so we also went ahead and got a few other ones just in case we want to use these on our new monster boxes. And then also for alternatives, if you don't have any of these scrapbooking papers or any of these, well, let's start with the scrapbooking paper. If you don't have that, you can use construction paper. You can use cardstock, you can use wrapping paper. I know Maya, she also for fun used on a little box over here, just foam. So you can go use the foam. It's a little delicate, but you can do that. Trying to think what else, what are other, does anybody else have any suggestions on what they would use? No.
Just give them a second, see if anybody answers.
Continue.
Someone says that they can use felt.
Ooh, that's a good one. Yeah, that's a good one. So yeah, so then there's that. And then we also have to have our everyday items as well. So you're going to want to try, well, also you're going to need scissors to make some of these projects. And then you're going to want to find some tape and a ruler. I'm trying to figure out what else, everyday items, of course, your tissue box. And then also, if you notice on here, there's a smaller box. So you're going to want to find a smaller box to, if you're going to make this monster, you're going to want to find a smaller box. And the crazy thing is that I did not know where to find a small box. I'm like, we don't have a small box just lying around. But actually, if you go down into ask your parents if they have like a pantry or someplace where you keep dried foods. I actually am going to use on this project a little, because I don't have another small box. So I'm going to use a little tea box that I found in my pantry. So I'm going to use that to go along with my monster. Does anybody have any suggestions on what kind of box they might use for a small box? Do you have a suggestion?
Not so far, but someone's asking about contact paper and tissue paper.
Oh, that's a great idea. Yeah, that would be fun to cover your monster with.
And what about glue? Can we use glue?
Yeah, so I showed this Creatology glue. It's one of the supplies you're going to have to get when you
Tape also.
Yeah, you can use tape. Maya made a good point. You can use tape, and you can also just use Elmer's glue. Yeah. And
Perfect. So we have a few people. Someone's going to use a cup. We have a couple people that are going to use a shoebox and a tea box as well.
oh, a shoebox. Yes, I did think a shoebox is a great idea for like this, the bigger box. And then, yeah, those other, it's okay. Okay, so I'm trying to see what else. Did I miss anything? We got the scissors, the glue, the eyes, the stems. Okay, so let's get started because this is gonna take some time. Maya and I both, so when Maya made hers, she did hers with tape and hers was really fast. But I started making mine. I made a different one that I'm gonna start over though. And I used glue and it took a lot longer, but I'm gonna do it again today. I'm gonna use the glue and she's gonna use the tape. So she'll probably get done before me. But let's see. Are you ready? Okay, so let me know if anybody has any questions and I can stop and answer those for you.
So scissors with lenses.
Oh yes, Maya's gonna use the kid scissors, so you can get that Michael's the Creatology kid scissors for younger kids, and then me, I'm gonna use these Creatology. They're bigger scissors. When you get better, Maya, you can use the bigger scissors. Okay, no, you don't need to. Okay, so then we have the white cardstock actually for the teeth that we're gonna make, and then red cardstock for the smaller monster later. Okay, guys, wish us luck. Here we go. Can't wait to see what you all make too.
I started going.
Oh, she already started. Here we go. So what I did before was I already opened it up and took out all the tissue, and then I just taped it up at the end. So when I open it, it's gonna look like an empty box. And then I'm gonna take my scissors and I'm gonna cut out all this plastic. I feel like I'm already feeding you, Maya.
Nope.
And
This one does have a circle opening as well, so
And
it's
so-
a different mouth.
so you're gonna take out this plastic. You can use scissors to cut it out with. I'm just going to kind of just,
Rip it out.
yeah, rip it out, push it out because it's not ruining anything.
Well,
And then we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna wrap this box with our paper. She's gonna use the cute heart paper and I'm gonna use this red paper. Okay.
So Heather, someone is suggesting making a gift bag as well.
Ooh, a gift bag, that's a great idea. Again, if you make these things, I wanna see them. So just make sure when you go to show them on a social media to have your parents push hashtag help me out. Make it with Michaels. I could say it 500 times and still forget.
All good. I'll put it in the chat so everyone can see that.
Thank you. I appreciate
we're
that.
going a little fast. The camera.
Am I going too fast?
No, it's flashy in the camera.
Oh, okay.
That's the only reason.
So this was my challenge when we practiced before, was trying to figure out what would be the best way to get this mouth. And I say to just go ahead and start gluing and then poke the hole. Do you think that's, but you
That's what I did, but I was thinking if you trace it with maybe a pencil when it's more like.
okay. So we do have our nifty ruler. We can always, it's pretty nifty. This is nifty. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and just measure.
I'm still
This is-
wrapping my box.
Oh, this is a great,
Great ruler.
well, it's a great ruler, but it's like a little bit over 2 inches. And so,
Measure it.
yeah, so I don't know what I'm doing.
Just put the paper next to it and then make the marks on it.
Okay, so don't use the ruler, you don't think? You know what, I'm just gonna do it the way I first intended and let's see if this works out.
Just stab
So-
the hole.
The cool thing about this glue that's from Michael's is that it comes with a little brush at the bottom and you can just, this was what I was originally gonna do. But then I was trying to be all technical and use the ruler. And
That's what I'm just sticking
so we're just going to lightly Keep someone in the hole. The cool thing about this box is that it's gonna get a lot of Valentine cards.
That's true. I didn't think about that. So mine is going
Okay,
to have parts on it.
So Heather, someone's asking if you can use Elmer's glue.
yep, you can. You can use any, I believe you can use any craft glue. Elmer's, I feel like this is a craft glue, so I feel like Elmer's might take a little longer to dry because it's not specifically craft glue, but this one, I've used this one before and this dries pretty quick and it is a great adhesive, so. But yes, use Elmer's.
Or hot glue.
No, not
That's
that.
that's for parents.
What about a glue stick?
That's what you just, that's what Maya just said, or hot glue. I would say
She said glue stick.
well, glue stick is with a glue stick, sorry.
Yeah.
I was thinking glue sticks were a hot glue gun. Yeah, I try it out. I think that would be a good option.
Dries really fast.
Okay, guys, let's see. Am I off to a good start?
I'm gonna measure mine. I think
Again, like I said, you can get any cardstock or any type of wrapping material you want to use to do this. I was looking down the at all the scrapbooking paper that Michael's has, and it's crazy. There's all kinds of themes. There's you don't have to stick to. No, you can make like a dinosaur monster
that's
box.
what I was thinking, green
And yeah, there's so many different cardstocks that we carry. What's that noise? Okay, so far I have the top and the two sides kind of done. And don't worry, like haven't done all that yet, but I'm going to cut off a piece from this and I'm going to add it on. But right now, I'm going to try to get that whole. Maybe I should have not did what I did. Yeah, let's keep going and then we'll come back. How's yours going?
It's going pretty good. Right now.
Curious what wrapping paper is.
So Heather, what do you think about painting the box?
About what?
Painting the box.
Oh yeah, that's another option. That's a good option.
Yeah.
That's the idea Maya says she had. I think that's a good idea. I think that might take a little longer. I'm not sure what paint you'd be using and how long it would take to dry, but that's a good idea. Maybe even special markers or crayons or would even be a suggestion. Okay, Maya, look at this. Whoa. What'd you say?
I said you have super fine edges.
Whoa, that was a lot of glue that just, wow. Okay, then I'm gonna cut this. Still got the ends to do though too, but we'll get to that. Right. I honestly thought this glue was gonna take a lot longer, but it's actually working pretty quick.
And may I also mention, if the
You made.
if the hole that you're cutting in your box is a little bit rough, then we'll be putting teeth on it later, so don't worry about that. It doesn't have to be super duper fine. It just has to be enough.
So Heather, we have a couple of questions.
Yeah.
Could we clarify whether we can or can't use hot glue?
Yeah, I mean, the hot glue would work. I would just suggest an adult for sure to be helping with that part. I think that's definitely something an adult should be doing, because even as an adult using it, I have burnt my little fingers But yeah, I think that's a great idea. And yeah. Where did tape go?
Perfect. And so what happens when one paper doesn't cover the entire box? Do we use 2 pieces of paper?
Yeah, so I'm using 2. I'm using 2 different squares of the
Yeah, I had to use 2 as well, even on my tiny one.
I lost what this is called for. What kind of paper is that? I don't know. I'm drawing scrapbooking paper. Scrapbooking paper. And I just did something to cheat a little bit. Okay, so here's the
Use some
hole.
tape. I saw you.
Yeah, because I forgot where the hole was. So okay, so I just poked a hole because I'm going to start making. I don't know if you want to do the top view, but I'm starting to make the mouth of the monster. I probably should finish this part too. I'm so eager to get this mouth figured out because I don't know how I'm going to do it yet, but let me do this. It's working. My monster is alive, y'all.
Looking great.
Oh, your Valentine's.
Are all you gonna do is everybody watching, are you all doing the same type of monster or do you have different type of monsters that you're planning to create?
While everyone's answering, we have a question about wrapping paper. Can we use that as well?
Yeah, yeah. I think that would be a great idea.
No,
The
it would
mouth,
work better.
top view, you can see the mouth, it's coming together. Okay, so now I'm gonna do this end, and I'm actually gonna do this one kind of like wrap. Do you think I can use tape on this part? I think that would be good to use tape on this part, right? Okay, I'll stick to glue. I'll stick to glue. Okay, how's yours coming?
Good.
Ooh, that's cute. Cute and little.
Ooh, someone's making something really cool. Kevin says that he's using a paper full of red crabs to make a crab monster.
A crab monster? That's so cool.
That's very cool. I think that's.
I know, right?
That's really creative. That's more creative than me, I think. Yeah, that's really creative. I love that. Okay, so I'm gonna kind of do this end like you would, like as if you were wrapping a gift. Hopefully it works out in my favor and it doesn't pop off. But if it does, then I'm gonna have to use your tape, buddy. Just went everywhere. Okay. I got a little glue happy right there because it is everywhere.
They should tell us what they want to get for Valentine's.
I'll ask that question, or I'll tell that question in just a minute, or ask that question. Oh my goodness. Anyways, I was going to say you might want to have a paper towel or a wet napkin or something, because this, in case the glue gets on you, like it is on me. It's okay. I'll live, but just in case.
I'll go back.
It's okay, mine.
A few more people have shared what they're doing. Reem is making a small girl monster.
Ooh, that sounds cute.
Someone else is making a unicorn with purple and white paper and sticky hearts.
Oh, that sounds cute. A unicorn, you said?
Yeah.
Oh, cool. I love unicorns.
So neat, right? Who
Yeah.
doesn't? And Sophia and Sari are making a sweet Valentine's box.
Oh, what kind of Valentine box? I'm sorry.
Sweet Valentine's.
Oh, cute.
It's her birthday on Saturday. So congratulations.
Happy birthday. And where are you from? Whose birthday?
Sari. I don't know if I'm pronouncing that correctly. I hope so.
Birthday, Sari.
Happy birthday, Sari.
So someone's asking, what happens if you have a box that doesn't have a hole?
It doesn't have a hole?
That's
You'd have to create your own hole. You'd have to just measure out a little opening.
And you can do that once you've wrapped it too, so that it's easier.
You think so?
I think so.
I feel like I would make mine before I wrap it.
No?
Maybe not.
Lots of different ideas.
So many different ideas.
Another thing I was thinking was the eye placement when we get to that. When you're doing your eyes for your monster or your box, you can place them if you have a smaller box just anywhere on the side instead of using a even smaller box.
Wait, to make it look more monstery?
Either that or, I don't know. You can use a smaller box, but you don't have to. For the meter.
All right, so I'm almost crazy. So you're using glue or you're using tape and I'm using glue.
Like you got done before me.
And I thought for sure you would be done.
I thought so too.
So we have Jack making a vampire love monster. Isn't that cool?
Oh, that's so cool.
That is.
I can't wait to see all these. You have to post them and make sure again to hashtag make it with Michaels.
Michael's makers, I think. I don't know. Okay.
Yeah. Let's see. What's the next step? Okay, so the next step is, I believe we have, oh, you know what? You know why you're ahead of me is because I still have to wrap this little box.
Oh, that's very true. Because mine is already the little box.
So you don't have to do it. You can do whatever you, like I told everybody else, you can.
So now's the part where you just create it like
you just create it. Oh, Maya also found, she also said, okay, so when we make this box and you have these cute antennas, so, and I showed you like these little hearts you can use, there's other options you can, I think they can see
right
it.
there because it's facing down.
Oh, okay. There's these other cute things that she found, like pom-poms that you might be able to use for an antenna instead of the heart. So maybe you could show them how to use that.
Yeah, I'm for sure gonna add antennas. That'll be very fun. I'll add the teeth next.
Okay. Oh yeah, that's what we do next. We add the teeth and we add the mouth, the lips, right? We need lips.
Yeah, I need the pencil.
Oh, okay. Do you want this pencil?
Yes, please.
So Heather, someone's suggesting for people who don't have a box with a hole, you can just cut out the teeth from white paper and glue it on.
Yeah. I think that works, right?
Yeah,
That would work.
Works.
I don't.
Well, would it, so it wouldn't have a hole to be able to capture the Valentine cards? Is that, so it'd just be flat?
I don't know, maybe
I
I'll
mean,
put the card somewhere else.
yeah.
Anyway, you want it. It depends if that's how you use it.
Okay, so I'm gonna use construction paper. Nope. I'm gonna use more scrapbooking paper to make the lips. I'm gonna,
No, it fell in. My teeth fell
oh
in.
no, ooh, those are some cool lips. I'm gonna try to make some cool lips with.
I'm gonna add my teeth first.
I'm gonna try to cut it out about the same size as the hole, so plenty of room to work with.
Mine are gonna have some nice teeth. My teeth
That's what I cut out so far. Maybe it'll make some cool lips. I think I'm gonna make it a little bit more defined. Okay, I think that's gonna be cool.
My teeth are gonna be round instead of sharp.
That's not a monster.
It's a nice monster.
Oh, okay. Okay. Okay, I gotta leave enough opening so I can get those Valentine cards in there. So here's, ooh, I gotta make the bottom lips look just as cool.
Oh, my teeth are at a slant.
It's okay. Look at my lips are at a slant.
They're monsters. They don't look perfect.
Yeah, monsters, no. Okay, let's see.
Mine is singing.
It's singing.
Yeah.
If I were a monster, I'd be singing too. The Monster Bash song. Okay, so far I think so far it's looking pretty cool. I gotta add the teeth in. I kind of don't want to do the scary teeth either because this is turning out
This is
a little
gonna be
sweeter than scary teeth.
this is gonna be a baby monster. That's what he has.
Is it gonna be my monster's baby monster?
Yeah, he's gonna be mommy monster.
Okay, I'm gonna try to do some cool. Should I do scary? Let's see.
Heather, so someone's asking, what step are we on? We're doing the teeth right now, right?
Yeah, we're doing the teeth right now and the lips and the teeth.
I suppose if we have 10
Perfect.
fit none of them together. Oh my goodness, these teeth are so lopsided.
Okay, so you can, I'm just kind of freestyling it, but you can be more detailed than how I'm being right now and get your ruler out and just measure it. But that didn't do too bad. Look at it, it didn't do that bad. It was,
Oh my goodness, they're like vampire teeth.
it's a vampire monster then.
Vampire monster. It looks cool. I like it. I'd wear it.
You'd wear,
I'd wear teeth.
all right, I'll make you a pair to wear. Okay, so I'm gonna do another bottom set.
So can the teeth be made out of foam?
It
Yeah,
can be made out of anything,
yeah.
I think.
I think so too. I mean, I'm like thinking of all kinds of creative little things, maybe even painting.
Teeth on.
You know how like in Halloween people use those candy corns for teeth on things? Like what if someone
But it's
painted
not
that?
Halloween.
Well, I know, but
Who
if you
has
painted
candy
it,
corn?
if you painted it, it wouldn't, but then how would you, well, you could use it. I think, yes, I think you can be as creative as you want and use whatever. Oh, it's Valentine.
What if we make heart teeth? That would be a little crazy, but it's an idea.
Okay, let's see what we got.
Look at my teeth. You like my teeth more?
Oh, yours are pretty cool.
I'm gonna add my lips over the gaps.
Okay, so I have the teeth and the lips cut out to my liking, and you guys do yours to your liking. And I'm now going to glue my teeth on.
I'm gonna have big lips for baby.
So Heather, could you remind us what type of glue are you using with a brush?
Yeah, for sure. I am using the Creatology craft glue, and it comes with this cool brush. Once you open it, it's working pretty good. It's working really fast. I have really no complaints so far,
Here's my question.
other than glue is glue. So it's a little sticky.
My question is, are you going to do a tongue?
A tongue, it does, that is an option. We can make a monster tongue. I
You don't
might.
have to.
You do not have to make a tongue if this is your monster. You create it the way you want it to be. And it doesn't even have to be a monster. It just needs to be,
Yeah, like somebody was making a unicorn one I heard earlier.
yes, a unicorn one they said, and
It can have its tongue sticking out.
all kinds.
Look at baby monster.
Aw.
But I might do his lips a little. Actually, I might have to add a little.
I accidentally spilled some glue on it.
Oh no. Baby monster needs room
that's
for his
okay.
eyes though.
I'm just gonna wipe it off. Huh?
Baby monster needs room for his eyes though.
Well, you can put the eyes, let's say you can use an antenna or a chenille
That's
stem.
such a good idea. I'll show them that when we get to that.
Sounds like it was. You're welcome.
I need to use your glue for this part.
Oh, really? You want to use my glue?
Yes.
I'm just teasing. Okay, be careful. You might want to get a paper plate to put the glue on top of in case it spills.
Here we can put
It'll
it in
just
this
save a little bit of a mess.
We can put this in the cup.
Good idea. Uh-oh, how come this isn't turning out? My teeth aren't showing us. There we go. Okay.
It scares me a little bit how much is
Oh,
more.
no. Oh, no. She took my glue. Now I have to wait.
Use tape.
Oh, use tape? That's a good idea. I'm going to use tape.
What?
What?
I looked over. They just look so completely different. That's what's so great about these.
Are
They look so
monsters?
unique. Yes.
But yet they're both Valentine.
They're both-
What are you doing for Valentine's?
I'm going to stay home and be lazy.
And clean your room. Just
Oh
kidding.
no.
Okay, so I'm gonna put this on with tape.
That's cool. I like your design.
It's a monster box. Okay, so now I gotta do, I'm now going to set this here and I'm gonna start on this smaller box.
Lovey-dovey monster. I'm getting these angles confused.
It's okay.
So next up, I'm going to
I
have
think I'm gonna put this on the side just so we have more space over here.
and we've got 2 different steps going on, so I don't know what you need to know.
What step are you on, Maya?
I'm on the eyes.
You're on the eyes and I am on
Making
the little small, I'm now wrapping the small box where the eyes are going to go on. Did I say that right? Kind of want to wrap it like you would a gift again, because I felt like that was, oh my goodness, that fits perfect. So I'm gonna cut it. There we go.
baby monster has to have little baby eyes. This is baby monster. But
You
he
wanna-
doesn't have huge eyes.
Sorry, Heather. While you're wrapping, I just want to remind everyone that this class is being recorded and you can watch it again if you need to within 24 to 48 hours on the Michael's webpage. I will post that in the chat as well.
Sounds good. Okay, I'm gonna need the glue again.
No.
What'd you do?
Nothing.
Okay, let's see.
I
What
fixed
step
it.
is everybody else on the same steps as us? Or are we taking too long?
Or if not, are you close? Are you?
Some people are still doing the paper as well. And we have a bunch of questions about eyes.
Eyes?
Eyes? Yeah, let's hear them.
So I'm on the eyes right now.
So
She says
can you make eyelashes for the eyes?
Yes, you can.
that is a great idea.
Especially for Miss Valentine's.
Yeah, yes. I'm gonna say yes, and I also want to see that. I might even try adding that on if I have time at the end. That's a great idea.
Can you glue my eyes?
And another question we have about eyes, is it better to use the adhesive ones or just glue them on?
Ooh, that's a good one too. Well, this glue is sticking really good, so I would suggest the glue. The adhesive ones,
They would work. I
mean,
them.
so our hearts are also adhesive. And when we made that one kind of fell off. So, and I was gonna explain this later, but so I put another adhesive one on the back to make it stick better. So, I mean, you can try the adhesive ones and hopefully it doesn't fall off, but I mean, I personally like the glue, even though it's a little messy sometimes.
I like both. Whatever one we have.
Okay. Here we go.
My eyes are drying, so I have to wait. But I can actually add hearts to my baby monster while I wait for that.
So what about an alternative to giant googly eyes? What happens if someone doesn't have them?
Use any size, or you can draw them on.
Yeah, I was gonna say you could get construction paper. I know we have a pack of different colored construction paper, and it doesn't have to be the white and black or the black, eye on top of the white part. You can make any kind of eye. So if you have any construction paper, just try to be creative and come up with an eye doing that. I'm trying to think what else would be a good alternative besides construction paper. Probably, cardboard maybe, and you could color it, or white cardstock and you could color that. Do you have any suggestions?
I don't think so. I think you covered.
Or
most
paint
of
it.
Yeah, painting, drawing, making them, and or out of felt cardboard, whatever you want.
And if anyone else has suggestions, feel free to put it in the Q&A.
Can I add extra things to my monster?
Yeah, of course, it's your monster.
And so someone's asking, where did you get your googly eyes?
At Michael's. I got all my googly eyes at Michael's. And I mentioned earlier that, okay, so I have 3 different sizes, but there's all kinds of sizes. And there's even some eyes there that have eyelashes on them too. So there's, yeah, that's another
I'm gonna put some copies.
Alternative is getting the eyeballs already with the eyelashes on them. This cardstock is a little
Oh my goodness,
hard to bend. But just do your best. It'll still look really cute.
I'm gonna get baby monster kitty.
My fingers have the glue on them, but the good thing is it peels off really easy. So,
That's crusty crust.
oh, okay.
It looks crusty.
But just because this is a sticker, this has a couple layers. I'm gonna see if it would be better to use the tape for this part. Just so
I should have taped my pipe cleaners on.
CHNLL stems.
Not say CHNLL stems. Oh. Now
That's what they're called.
I just understood what you said.
Okay.
People that don't know what CHNLL
Do you all have your small box, or what are you using for an alternative if you don't have a small box? I remember somebody said something about a cup.
I like that idea. We've got lots of cups.
Yeah, a couple people are using cups.
That's great.
Another thing I think is that if you're only going to use this for a little bit, you can wrap household items as long as your parents are okay with it, and then take it apart afterward. Because Valentine's doesn't last forever.
Oh, I did see another small box in our laundry room, you know, where you put the dryer sheet, the little dryer sheet box. That was another small box. That was, I didn't even know I had all these small boxes. I'm not gonna lie. I was wondering, how am I gonna make the monster's eyes? And little did I know I am a small box collector. Okay, so I went ahead and I folded this all up. I used tape for this part just because it's a little thicker. But I do have some words here, so I'm just gonna take a little step further. See, I think I have enough time. I'm just gonna add some paper on the ends. You think that'll work, Mai? Adding some cute paper on the ends because there's some.
Oh yeah, I saw that.
You saw that?
I saw your tags on the ends. I cut my nose
Okay, I'm just gonna add a quick. We are running a little bit
behind.
well, not behind, just a little slim on time. So I'm gonna try to hurry up.
Oh, there's 5 minutes.
Well, no, we have about 15 minutes, right?
20 minutes, yeah.
We might have enough to add extra details to our monster.
We might have time to make another monster, right?
That's too long.
So I'm just being kind of crazy and adding some
But I am almost done, so I might have to add
sideburns. What do you call them?
sideburns.
I'm just adding some extra cuteness. I'll call it cuteness. I'm adding extra cuteness to my monster.
I think it's cool.
So Heather, can you cover the box in Valentine's Day fabric?
Yeah, and there you can get, I mean, I would again have my parents help me out with that part, and you probably could get like a fabric glue to help out, have your parents, you know, use that. Yeah, that's another great solution.
We have another one for the eyes. So Chernice is she's cutting out the eyes out of magazine and comic books, and then gluing them on cardboard, and then taping them on pipe cleaners to make wobbling eyes.
I hope I get to see all these cool ideas.
This is my monster. It's basically completed. Baby monster has antenna eyes.
You're completed?
Yeah, I'm done. I can throw some pom-poms in it. If you would like.
Yes, that sounds really cool. I love that idea with the magazine paper and all that. Let's see if I can do it again. Again, with all your ideas, please post them with hashtag make it with Michael.
Is there any more questions?
Oh, cool, Lexi. That looks good.
Wait,
with
can I
that.
ask the question now?
So how did you get your little box to stick onto the big box?
So I glued it.
You glued
I
it?
just glued it, yeah. Can I
If
ask
she
my
glued it, I'll
question?
probably glue mine too. Yeah, go ahead.
So my question was to you guys, what do you guys want for Valentine's?
Ooh, good one.
I want to know if it'll fit in this box or if it'll overflow this box.
What do you want for Valentine's?
For Valentine's, I want Posca pens,
Oh,
Posca markers, or paint pens.
cool.
So just paint markers.
All right, I'm going to glue. So what I'm doing is gluing my little box to the top.
Heather, do you think double-sided tape would work for any of this?
For
Yeah.
sure. Yes.
That would be a lot easier.
That would be, yeah, that would be really cool. And I think double-sided tape comes in different types of thickness or adhesive, super sticky, super. So yeah, that's a great idea. Okay, so I'm gonna let this dry for a minute. And then I'm gonna get,
In the meantime, Isabel wants a huge thing of chocolate.
oh,
Aw,
that sounds yummy, me too.
my first answer to my first question. Yes, that sounds really good.
Yeah, chocolate is,
Chocolate right about now. I'm prepping. And we have
chocolate and gummies. Ooh,
Ooh,
gummy bears, gummy worms. What else?
What else?
It's good Valentine candy.
I don't know. Maybe suckers.
Mm.
I like those. Lots of taffy. I don't know. I like Airheads a lot. Not mainly for Valentine's. I just like them a lot. I would get them for
Good.
Valentine's. I would want this for Valentine's.
Okay, so I'm grabbing my 2 chenille stems. Let me know if I'm going too fast, but I'm gonna go ahead and start doing that part
Another idea
for
is,
the antennas.
what if you give your monster hair?
Or wait, should I do the eyes first?
Give your monster hair.
I'm gonna do the antennas and then I'll do the eyes next, just in case I put the googly eyes on the antennas instead of the hearts this time.
Mommy, I have an idea.
But I'm gonna look at this. What's your idea?
My idea is to make him some hair.
Some hair?
Some hair.
It's a him now.
Yes, it's a him now. It turned into a him because I decided that I wanted it to not be her anymore. It is not fully formed yet, so I can still decide.
So what was I gonna say? I don't know what I was gonna say. But I'm making my antennas kind of crazy. So they bounce and they do crazy things. Do you like it, Maya?
I love it.
You love it?
Whoa! Yeah, that actually looks super duper cool. I wonder if you put some pom-poms in it, what would you
Some pom-poms. Ooh, that's
do? Like
cool.
inside
Maybe.
of it.
Maybe I will do that with some pom-poms.
I'm making my baby some hair.
Is anybody else doing crazy antennas like I am? And again, you don't have to use white ones. You can use any color you want. Oh, the tape just failed on me. I'll get another one.
Someone's asking about cheeks.
Cheeks?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's cute. I like that idea. Give them cute little rosy cheeks. Cheeks and eyelashes. Those are some good additions.
And I gave mine hair. Mine has hair.
To make antennas,
Huh?
so to make antennas, someone's wrapping them around a pencil to make them all curly.
Oh, that's a
like
good
that.
idea. Yeah, you probably get a really good curl with that.
Yeah. And also, Isabel is adding antennas with hearts at the end.
Yep. That's a good idea.
That would have been a better idea for my hair, yeah.
You can add the little pom-poms that you're on your.
That would be also a good idea. You
Look at
guys
these
are full of
crazy
good
eyes.
ideas.
These are cool. I've never really played with big eyes.
I've
Never knew what I was using them for, but now I know what I'm going to use them for. I'm going to see what yours.
Those look crazy.
Oh, you used a big one and a small one.
Yeah, I use multiple different.
If I have time, I want to definitely add on some eyelashes because that's. Should I do 2 big ones? Aw,
Oh my goodness, it looks so
You're
cute.
not sad. Or like,
It looks like a cat kind of in a way. I don't know how. I think it's the teeth.
wait, it looks like a cat.
I don't know.
This is not a cat. Okay. So what did you use to add on your eyes? Glue or tape?
I used both.
You used both?
I put glue on, but it wasn't going fast enough, so I put on tape.
Guys, I feel like the eyes are going to be a little tricky because they're a little heavy. They're not light. And this little box is a little light. So I'm going to try to glue this on, and we might have to, oh, maybe I should do smaller ones. No, I really like the big ones.
I really do too. I like that idea.
If this doesn't stay on and we run out of time, just know like if I'm going to still make it work, it'll just probably have to sit and dry longer. So if it doesn't dry in the time of this class, just know it still will work. I have faith it'll work.
For some reason, I'm feeling like these are from a different planet that starts with a Z. And it's like I don't know.
Yeah, why not?
Valentine's planet. That does not start with a Z though.
I could have totally been overthinking this because I feel like they're staying now.
Look at mine. Mine has it's got lots of wigglies on its head.
It's a lot of wigglies. I thought it's hair.
If it has a mohawk, I've decided.
It is now a mohawk. Your monster definitely transforms into many things, which is really cool. Look at, they stayed. I didn't think we were gonna have time because they're a little heavy, but like telling you, this craft glue is magic. Okay, so this is the part where on the box here we have hearts on the end of the antennas, but I kind of want to add on something else. Maybe I will try the smaller eye.
That's my box. The side has a mohawk
Smaller
now.
eyes? Well, that looks weird. That looks extra monstery.
It has a mohawk because it decided not to be hair anymore.
I'm gonna
It still
try
is
this.
hair, but
I'm gonna
it's like
do it. I don't know if it'll fit or work, but I'm gonna use tape for this part,
maybe I should change
and
it.
I'll use a heart. I'll use hearts and
That's what I'm telling you. I have hearts on all sides of my box. I definitely did not say that, but
it's making it.
We have a couple of kids doing cat monster hybrids.
Oh,
that's what I'm thinking. These look like cats. It's not just me. I don't know. Mine doesn't look like a cat, but like yours looks like a cat a little bit with the mouth and the mouth situation.
Well, this cat is definitely ready for Valentine's.
Oh my goodness, it's got like 5 billion eyes.
Yes, 4.
Or I don't see that. I only see 3.
Ooh, 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 ooh.
Wait, Mom, watch this. Look at your
Okay,
pathway to success.
look what it looks. I could be done, but I don't know if I'm totally done. We still have a couple more minutes.
Pom poms that are.
She just stuck a pom-pom in mine, but so far I have a 4-eyed monster that's looking so cute.
Doesn't
y'all.
it kind of look like a cat? If you guys tell me if you guys think it looks like a cat with near the mouth
It looks
area.
like it's hungry for some Valentines.
Not my hand. Are you sure?
Okay,
This
so
is baby monster has to go with mommy monster.
I'm gonna go ahead and give it some hearts just since we have a couple more minutes.
Look, baby monster and mommy monster.
We've got confirmation. It does look like a cat.
Yes.
That was the whole plan.
Mm-hmm. A few minutes ago, you did not say that. It doesn't look too much like a cat, but the mouth is really looking like a cat, especially the eyes too.
But it's still cute, right?
Yeah, of course it's cute. Cats are adorable.
Oh.
Not just cats. It looks like a Valentine's box. Mine's a little crazy.
Yours is cute.
Mine is gonna. Maybe this is daddy, this is mommy, and this is baby.
Oh my goodness, we have a Valentine monster box family. Didn't see that coming.
She's sitting on top of his head.
So Ronnie's asking, instead of Valentine's cards, could we put candy in the mouth?
Yes.
Of course.
I'm gonna probably do that with mine as soon as I'm done. That's a great idea.
I don't know if we'll be able to see it. It'll probably be gone. by the
Because I eat it all?
monsters.
Oh, because the monsters might. Maya says the monsters are going to eat it all if you do that.
They probably will.
Wait, baby has to
Look,
sit
it
on
looks
your
like it has
shoulder.
little pigtails.
Oh my goodness, that's so cute. Wait, put yours here, and then I'm gonna sit on the other shoulder.
So here's our monster family.
But we have to put them together.
Oh, I have to put them together, Maya says.
There. They're beautiful. They have antennas, they have eyes, and they have wild hair.
Again, I can't wait to see what your all's monsters look like. And make sure you post and put hashtag make it with Michaels. And again, if you liked this class, there's a lot more classes when you go to Michaels Online /classes. So you can sign up for more of these.
I have one last
I hope you
question
guys
for
liked
them.
it. Oh, Maya has one more question.
Really quickly, if you guys want to say, what do you think they should be named? Because we can't just have.
We might have a little, do we have time for name suggestions?
We have 7 minutes, yeah.
Okay, we'll wait and see what people suggest.
I was kind of thinking,
For
what do
the
you think
names.
for this one? I think he's the daddy, so maybe.
Which one's your favorite? Do you guys?
Oh, that's a good one. Do you like my? I made these two. She made this one. I do like it. It looks really nice, like a cat. But
Yours is pretty cool.
this is the original. Oh, baby monsters falling.
Baby monster.
Or do you like baby monsters half mohawk, half hair sometimes?
Do we have any responders on the name?
Yeah, we're starting
Name-
to get a couple of responses. So one is Mongi. Another one
Ooh.
is Lizzie Cat.
Because it looks like a cat.
Yeah.
Are you saying it for this one, right? Probably the one that I just created.
I like mom.
I'm gonna say so. Yeah.
Super cool.
We have Lola,
Lola. I love
Manji,
that.
Lola.
Chase,
What's that?
Chase.
Chase. That's a
Chase?
good one.
I think I like
Yeah. Then we have Wapo, Dolly, and Kitty.
Wobble, Dobble, and Kitty.
I think this is a cute Wubble.
Those are
Manji.
cute names.
Manji, Wubble, and which one did you choose for yours?
I liked all of them. Maybe we can make them all one name.
No, that would be the longest name ever.
I really like the name Lola.
Lola.
So I'll name her Lola.
Manji, Wubble, and Lola. Manji, Wubble, and Lola.
We have Baby Bob Jr.
Bob.
Bob Jr.
I like that.
That's so cute.
Bob Jr.
For the dad, Robert, and for the mom, Ramona.
Oh,
Ramona.
Robert and
Wait,
Ramona.
Ramona.
Those are good names together.
I think I want to name this Babe. Wait, Wubble Jr.
Okay.
Wubble Jr.
No, these are Bob.
Yeah, but what if we like change it? What if we mix two names?
A different name each day. That's what I say.
Is there any on
There
your?
you go. That way you can use them all.
Yeah, then we can use them all.
Is there any favorites coming in?
You mean, is anyone saying which one is their favorite out
Yeah.
of all this?
Daddy, baby, or mommy? Because we can't find out the names.
Yeah.
They're all so adorable.
They just love them all.
They love them all. Yay!
Yay! Java succeeded. We made beautiful monsters for Valentine's Day. And I really wanted to see some. I'm glad that everybody has.
Yeah, I can't
monster
wait to see them
boxes.
all. I'm excited to see them all.
Everyone's really happy. They really enjoyed this class.
Oh,
Yay!
good. We enjoyed you all coming to the class.
And this is our messy surface.
So sign up for more classes. Yep.
I hope you liked it because Baby Monster likes that you liked it. Especially his little mohawk that doesn't decide.
Mine's hairless.
wants
It's
to
just
be.
better to go hairless.
Yeah, Baby Monster got hair before Mommy Monster.
I'm trying to think of any other different things we could add to it. I mean, I still want to add those pom-poms. I was going to add on eyelashes, but I don't know if I have time.
We have 3 minutes.
Okay, let's see how fast I can do this. I have a great...
While you're doing that, really quickly, I'm gonna make him a heart pacifier.
I can't believe I'm going to make eyelashes in 3 minutes. Wish I could do that with my own eyelashes.
You make your eyelashes.
We have a suggestion about adding glitter. That would be fun.
Oh, yes. Who doesn't like glitter? I don't even know why I didn't think of that.
I'm gonna make a little.
That's a great
do
idea.
things.
I'm sure parents will agree.
Parental approved.
I will say when Maya makes crafts using glitter, it's a fun thing to clean up. Okay, let's see. I'm gonna
I
have
made
to.
this out of glitter.
Oop.
Not that. That's part of our thing, but it's a snow globe. You guys see our cute things that we made in the background.
Okay, let's see.
This backdrop.
Do I still have enough time to make the other eyelashes?
You have 2 minutes.
Do I really?
Halftime. We're in halftime. Can I have this tape? Thank you.
I have to play.
I got really scared. I
To
don't
play
know.
good music in my head to get me through this. Oh no, the eyelashes are different sizes. That's okay. It's a monster.
Everybody had a pitch in on our ideas. Our monsters came.
Okay.
from me.
What do y'all think? I did it right.
This is his pacifier, by the way.
wow.
The monster has a pacifier. Wait, I did this wrong. I put this on the.
Do you guys think that the eyelashes look okay? Does that work? This one's a little bit up there.
Oh my goodness. So, momentarily we have issues.
I might add another little heart. I'm gonna.
We're cutting it close, Mom. We got 1 minute.
How do you see this?
The clock is in the top corner of your.
Oh.
Someone's saying it doesn't look like a cat anymore, though.
Yeah, it's because of the eyelashes.
I think it does more now because the eyelashes kind of look like whiskers if I look at it in a different way.
She would. All right, you all, this was so much fun. I didn't know
Can I show off my pacifier?
how mine was going to turn out, and I'm quite impressed.
Quite.
I'm quite impressed that I am a true crafter. Look at that. I added cute little hearts on the side.
This is our first class.
She is the happiest little box I've ever seen.
This is my monster's pacifier, by the way, for Baby Monster. Comment Baby Monster's your favorite.
All right.
Baby Monster has a pacifier that does not fit in his mouth.
Well, we better wrap things up. I think we're at time now.
Yeah, it's
We are.
That was
That was
so
fun.
nice. That was really. This is our first one, obviously.
So again, sign up for
That's great. Oh my
classes so we
goodness.
can do this again at michaels.com/classes. Thank you. Can you wave bye to them?
Bye.
Bye.
Thanks, guys. Bye.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye.